Hi, I'm George Ellison. This is Dave Scott, and we're coming to you from Acme Guitar Works, and we wanted to tell you about this guitar that we have hot-rodded. This is a Fender standard Stratocaster. It's made in Mexico. We're a Fender authorized dealer, and so this is a new guitar, so with a full Fender factory warranty, but it has some nice upgrades that we've done to it. And so we're going to tell you about them, and then Dave is going to demo the guitar so you can hear what it sounds like. This guitar, we've done a fair amount of stuff to it. You know, these guitars are inherently good guitars when they come from Fender. Sometimes there are minor details that are overlooked, and usually there's not the kind of attention paid to playability and the cutting of the nut and all of that kind of stuff that you would get on a $3,000 or $4,000 guitar, which I think stands to reason. I think that's to be expected. So basically what we do is we start with these guitars that are really reasonably priced, and then we put that labor into them and that expertise to really get them up to sort of the professional level playability and sound. This particular guitar, the first thing we do is we pretty much always do the frets on these guitars. Sometimes we refret them, sometimes we just do a fret level crown and polish. This particular guitar ships from Fender with moderately large fret wire, and so we leave the frets, but we did a fret level crown and polish, and that way we get the action, we get everything level. Having frets that are properly leveled and crowned and polished allows you to get the best case action, and so making a guitar play as well as the big name high-end guitars out there is easy if you know how to do it. There's no mystery to it. It's just a simple matter of steps, and so that's what we've done with this guitar. It plays as well as anything that else out there at any price point. We also put a bone nut on it, and sometimes we put bone nuts because a nut was improperly cut. Sometimes just because it's a kind of a high-end upgrade for guitars. You don't see too many guitars using bone nuts until you get up into the multi-thousand, $3,000-$4,000 guitars. When we come down here, we've also upgraded the tremolo. This guitar ships from Fender. It's the original 6-screw, but it does have a narrower string spacing, like the American standards. The Mexican standard and the American standards have a narrower 2 1/16 string spacing, but it is the vintage style bridge. Fortunately, Callahan makes a tremolo block for this out of solid steel, because the original Fenders had a steel block. Some of the vintage reissue Fenders made in America still do, but the Mexican guitars do not. They ship with a zinc block. So we remove the block and we put on this Callahan solid steel block. And on this guitar, we've also replaced the saddles. These are Callahan saddles, and the saddles that Callahan makes are just really nicely made. They're beautifully machined. The screws fit really tight. Everything's nice and square. They're just very nice. When I say square, I mean like right angles square. And the tremolo arm fits tighter. There's no play in it. It's just a great tremolo now that it's been upgraded with the Callahan parts. Then all of the electronics. Electronics is sort of our specialty, and so we completely rewire most of these guitars. We replace the pots, the switch, everything. We give you all the original, or the buyer, we give the buyer all the original components, but we just wholesale replace everything. Our wiring is as neat and clean as anybody's out there, and in fact, it's way better than almost anything else out there. We really do a nice job with wiring. We also are a dealer for some nice pickup lines, and these pickups come from Sir, from John Sir. These are the Mike Landau Classic pickups. If you're not familiar with Mike Landau, you should Google him. Mike Landau is a studio god. He is a fantastic guitar player, and he's just got the best hands, and he's just super like tone guy. And he worked with John Sir to develop some pickups, and then they were a little bit maybe full sounding for some people who were looking for a little more of a classic sound. So those people approached Sir and said, these Mike Landau pickups that you're making, can you make a set that are just a little, maybe a little bit less whining, so that they're not quite as warm and full sounding? And so Sir accommodated those requests, and these are called the Classic. So they're also the Mike Landau signature, but they're the Classic version. That's what's in this guitar. And then we've rewired it. We use a CRL switch rather than Oak Grigsby. Fender has switched to Oak Grigsby years ago. The original guitars all had CRL. CRL switches are actually still made in America, if you can believe that. We've got a Switchcraft jack on CTS pots. This pot is a blender pot, so this is sort of a trick that we learned from Lindy Fralin a long time ago. Volume, tone, but this pot allows you to combine pickups in ways that you can't normally on a Strat. So ordinarily, if with it in one position, you just have a regular Strat, normal 5-position switch, volume and tone, just like you would expect. But when you turn this in the other direction, it allows you to combine pickups in any combination, so you can get the neck and bridge on together, which you can't normally do with a Strat, and you can get all 3 pickups on, which you can't normally with a Strat. So essentially, you can get any combination. You can get any pickup by itself, any 2 pickups, or all 3 pickups, and all of those are useful tones. And also, you can do some subtle sort of shading things that give you subtle control over tonality that you just can't get with switches alone. The pot really is kind of a cool thing. So that's the blender wiring. So that's about it. It plays great. It sounds great. It's not a ton of money. We'll have the prices at the end of the video. That you'll be able to see exactly what it is. We do guitars like this all the time, and so if this one's unavailable when you see this video, we can make similar guitars. We can do whatever options buyers prefer. So just give us a call.
Well, let's start the neck pickup. Telly. So if I go to the notch position now, then I have all 3.
Correct.
Some more of the traditional sounds. Bridge, gain it up a little.
bridge middle without the blender on? The
Bridge and
bridge in middle.
cleaner than that.
No, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. And then do the neck pickup nice and clean. With a full shred bridge pickup, full on blowout.
Thought that was a tone. Let me try that again.
Okay, that's enough. That thing sounds fantastic. It sounds really good, and we're really hoping that you're going to be able to hear it on the video like it sounds here, because it just sounds killer. So these guitars, you know, look, you can order one sight unseen, or you can get one from people that know what they're doing with them. And these are great guitars, reasonable prices. You can actually afford one, and so you should buy one. So check out our website, and you'll see what we have currently available. And if you don't see what you're looking for, just give us a call. We can build any of them. Thanks for watching.